Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Mention. I thought I'd come and say hello, wish you good day. I'm going to discuss a few ideas. I wanted to comment first on a couple of paintings. It's two black paintings that a friend of mine gave me, some cheap canvases, and they were not in very good shape, but I like working on recycled canvases, so those people were throwing it away. And I did those two paintings. There are two trees, and in just 2 days, they go really fast. Recycled canvases really go really fast. And this one I was gonna destroy, but then it became like a cactus first, and then it became a Christmas tree because I put a star on top of it, and then there was all kinds of decoration. And then the words came in. I think it works really well. It's on the bottom there is hope, courage, and patience, and on the top happiness, joy, and freedom. In the middle there is kindness, wisdom, peace, goodness, truthfulness, compassion, gentleness. And so it is like a tree. It works very well. I really like it. I think it's pretty successful. And this one I'm still working on is the other canvas, the other black canvas. It says a tree of life, but it's not quite finished. It's another very different kind. I've been working on a portrait of Mondrian. It's influencing me to make trees. For Mondrian did a lot of trees in his early time, but this one I was really happy about it. I wasn't expecting it. It just came up. It's like a Christmas spirit, and for it is Thanksgiving. I used to live in America. I was always very impressed by the Thanksgiving. Even when we first came, we were invited, my mother, and so sumptuous dinners, like 4 hours, 5 hours, and it's about being thankful for having gratitude for all that God provides us, and so we want to give back. And so happy Thanksgiving, and it marks also the beginning of Christmas season. For Christmas is wonderful. Right now, I don't have that. I don't have any family here, or even close friends, or children, or anything. So there is no need for me to celebrate Christmas. But it's a really good holiday to get together, to make presents to each other, to celebrate life. Although it's not the birth of Christ, Christ was born on August 21st, 7 BC. In a sense, he was a Leo. But it was a pagan holiday that the Vatican took over, and now it's the most powerful time of the year. That's why it was chosen. It was a pagan holiday where the whole communities used to go into the forest on the solstice, right after the solstice, in order to burn a tree, to burn a tree on the mountains in tribute to the moon goddess. And so it was like, this is the idea of the enlightened tree. And so and then there was also the folk stories that came to add to this celebration. But anyway, it's Christmas. I wanted to mention that I was talking about this globe of creation, for we have this globe of creation that's like, it's an energy, there's something that we can use, it's the manifestation of the Creator, but we are also a manifestation of the Creator. One day God sold us into existence, and here we were, and so we're all part of that creation. We can never be dissociated from the mind. We always existed in the mind of God, and one day He made us those eternal souls, and one day those eternal souls decided to find ways of integrating many timelines and experiences throughout eternity. And so understand we're just a wave in the ocean, and the wave is free in the ocean. It can do whatever it wants to. It's part of the ocean of divine love that is made. We are made manifest in form, but our true essence is divine love. I know my Father's waiting for me in paradise, but I have to cleanse my physical body, which is not as easy, and it takes a lot longer. But I decided not to stress about it, and just relax whatever happens. But yet I'm seeking to go the most direct way, because that's really where I want to go. I know that Spirit knows all, and it's informing me of what is before me. And so and so sometimes I want to project myself there to feel it even more. And so God just tells me, wait, you will see. He didn't tell me to wait, but He said, you will see. And so it is all coming. It's about aligning to what is coming, but being open to receive the energy from Spirit. Not all is revealed, but we're given signs, and so we want to tune into the guidance. We want to understand that all the great masters that inspired the religion, and all the philosophical important philosophical beliefs or system or technique or approach all they all ascended to the higher planes, and they reconnected to spirit and God, and now they're redescending. They are available. They're here in assistance, all of them, and so call on them, whatever master you feel comfortable with. And even those who are not awakened to this program of ascension should become something that is known by all people, and very few people know about this ascending consciousness. Although the earth is really what's going on, is that even those who are not awakened are still being a lot more free in their dream times. They are doing a lot more exploration. I'm going to pull a few cards to see what. The other paintings here is a portrait of Tali, the muse of comic poetry. I like the company of muse. They're my friend, the muse, as an artist. They're always 9 muse, and they're here to inspire the artist. They are the keeper of memory, the daughters of Mnemosyne and Zeus. So Mnemosyne means the memory, and so they keep all the records. They're working with the Akash. They have full access to the Akash, and they are canalizing the information in a way that is poetic and artistic and gracious. Painting, I wanted to speak about Leonardo da Vinci. He's extremely the most famous painter in history, maybe. And what he thought was that art was the most powerful of all sciences. So it's an interesting concept, and I think it's proven its point though, because he was an artist and a scientist. But when you look at 16th and 17th century sciences, it's very Aristotelian. It's not even it's before Newton. It's before all the coming into the real science. Everything that they believed in terms of science in the 16th century, today they are completely meaningless in relationship to the science that we know. And yet the art has carried that information, that carried a very essential information throughout time. And if we look at our own contemporary science and the art that we do, it's easy to believe, to understand that in 300 years from now, or 400 years, the science that we use today will look completely, it won't mean anything, because we'll have discovered new science, but the art will still carry that energy. So art is an essential science, and so the Da Vinci concept, I think it proved this point with all the art of the master of the Renaissance has carried the energy forward into this century, as we can see the paintings in the museums. But the science hasn't really the other science. I'm not. I also thought that painting was superior to sculpture, which after that it's all a matter of relativity and perception. We are all called for a mission, and we all have to fulfill and to follow what feels right, what we enjoy in life. There is so many things. Life is rich. There is enough for everybody. So the highest wisdom for us today is complementarity. What we need to understand is equilibrium. What we need to do is destiny. She's holding this globe in her hand, and she's ready to go through the ascension stairway. And the outcome is compassion. It's about loving oneself, about having more courage and more lucidity. The more we love oneself, we have to become master in serving ourselves. We're serving others, but we also have to serve ourselves. It's very essential that we take care of ourselves. One of the key points of ascension. I wanted to speak also of the idea of those 3 children, the children that we have, the inner child that can be seen as the little girl that holds the fear, a little boy that holds the anger, but there is this other child that is even is the child of joy, and in order to do that, to connect to that child, we want to go back into our memory and to look to the point where we were children. We were awakened enough, but yet not yet in the conformity of society, and we were just in pure expansion and joy. And so go back there and return to that child that is within you, that is that child that was pure and innocent, and ask this child, what are you here for? What did you came here to do? and then receive an answer, and then you can reassure the child. You can give information to the child as far as this primal intention that you already created some of that already. Like for me, it was like I was here to my inner child told me I was here to do something great, and I reassure my inner child I've done something great in creating those 2,000 paintings. So it's like and then from that exchange, from giving that energy to that child, we want to bow to it. It's like it's a higher form of ourselves, this and the child will be able to give you something in exchange of this energy of primal intention of why you came here as a soul incarnation. So working with the inner child will continue to be important. And so, for life was created for enjoyment. We sometimes we feel like we're testing ourselves because we want to we want to perform as best as we can. It's just, but in a sense, we want to ease on ourselves. And so, all the ascended masters came here to resurrect the planet and resurrect the earth. They're coming closer. You can call on them. And so I wanted to, and that's about what I wanted to say. It's about everything is making the evolution go forward. That's the whole point of this exercise. When I finish with a song for when we move into Thanksgiving time, it's like time of Christmas, this 1 month of Christmas, Christmas tree here, and so I wanted to, it's a Christmas song. It's called "The War Is Over." And so this is Christmas, and what have you done? Another year's over, a new one just begun. And so this is Christmas, I hope you have fun, the near and the dear ones, the old and the young. A very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's hope it's a good one without any fear. And so this is Christmas, for weak and for strong, for rich and the poor ones, the road is so long. And so this is Christmas, for black and for white, for yellow and red ones, let's stop all the fight. A very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's hope it's a good one without any fear. And so this is Christmas, and what have you done? Another year's over, a new one just begun. And so this is Christmas, we hope you have fun, the near and the dear ones, the old and the young. A very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's hope it's a good one without any fear. The war is over if you want it. The war is over now. Well, thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing. So much fun is coming together. So much. It's going to be more serious as well, but it would be more. The next year will be more serious and more fun. And so the card of the day is Justice, the Archangel Raziel. It's a major card about balance and harmony. It's a fight for what is true and fight for justice and equality. Judgment in your favor. Do not give up. It's about staying in alignment, and when we come out of alignment, we're learning how to return into alignment, and so everything can stay in balance. For in the universe, there's always expansion, so there's always a need to balance out energies, and we'll learn more and more to balance out our own energy in order to stay within that flow. Well, I wish you a very joyful new moon, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.